Show me the partnering thing, that not your leaning back part, but your going around. What is that? Is that you?
Where you pull her off the ground and she goes
Some
over
kind
her
of
back.
going around thing. What is that? Can you show me that? Okay. It's a little fake. So there's no weight. You're not putting any weight on her, and I know you just had a contact class.
Yeah.
So it looks to me like you're just kind of going by her,
Okay.
but I think you could actually touch her.
So she'd like fall on her somehow and
But
then
this
pull
is what
her.
I'm saying. It's weird.
She can't really fall, so should she use her other arm then?
Do you want? Well, then they would be this arm, probably, right? Because if you pulled me up, right, and then across.
That would work.
Right? Is that what you
Yeah.
So when somebody's, you gotta stabilize.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So you go like this. Now you're gonna
Okay.
really pull me up. And I'm gonna, you want to be frantic like that, right?
Yeah.
Do you? Yeah. I mean, do you want it to be frantic like that?
Yeah. Should I try?
Yes.
Okay.
So brace yourself, because if she's gonna be frantic, she's gonna push you over.
Okay.
Okay? Can you do it slower?
The reason for me that we started it was because I was frustrated with the summer intensive world out there. I felt like I didn't have a place to send my students to study in the summer, and I really think it's important. I think one can learn as much in an intensive in the summer as they can in a whole school year. It was really important to me to send my students somewhere, to give them a workshop that would help to train them to keep up with everyone else in the United States. Having a place specifically, a modern dance intensive specifically for dancers 12 to 22 seemed like the right thing to do, and felt like it was the right time to do it now. We're really interested in creating thinking dancers. We're setting up dancers that are contemplative and are digging deeper intellectually as well as physically, and I think that's setting them up for success in everything that they do. Know the dance, do what you know, and follow the people around you.
I think it's among, and I know a lot of dance festivals. I've been to a lot of them and a lot of intensives. And I think that the thing that is so interesting about this one is that because it's not a giant festival, that the students end up working together with each other. And the reason that they can work as a team is because Leah has developed that sense of community within the dancers. And I think that's why they have the freedom to really develop themselves as artists. It's really special. This does not occur in other places. It's really, really interesting. And she also never ever dumbs down any idea, and she encourages the other teachers not to do that either. So you don't want to simplify for someone who's younger. Part of Leah's, I think, part of Leah's ideas about teaching younger dancers is that they're already really smart. They just haven't had as much of an experience as we have, but they already know everything. So what she's creating here is a way to discuss dance and physicality and art at a really high level, and that the students, if you raise the bar and keep it up high, they will meet it every single time. Let your fingers reach out into space, Notice what they're reaching towards. Thinking about the smooth transference of weight. You're making a shape you've never made before. You're taking a pathway that no one has ever taken, and you're looking at the objects in the space. What do you think? Did they succeed in doing not this dance?
I would say yes, because I didn't see anything that was similar, and theirs was a lot of like moving and then stopping.
Mm-hmm.
And theirs was just and theirs was just all the way through, and I really enjoyed it. Like on the space, I couldn't, like I only watched them.
I know, it was pretty dynamic. You guys had a lot of dynamic changes because, and I think in part because you were reacting. Mm-hmm. Hold on a second. So, can you say something about what you guys were experiencing? Kellen?
Well, I think because theirs was a lot of angles and stopping and copying each other, that basically to do the opposite of that. And while we were watching them, they didn't make level changes or really go to the ground at all. So those were kind of my kind of make circular movements and go to the ground.
Right.
And kind of keep changing what I'm doing.
Yeah, I definitely saw that. Those choices were really clear.
I always think, like, even if you get a job at McDonald's, they really train you on the equipment, you know? But for dancers, we rarely really get to know our equipment, you know? It's very rare that we actually go through and learn our joints and learn our muscles and learn our bones and learn how systems work together. And so I find that as dancers, we have a very interesting intelligence to bring to understanding the body.
You know, I think as dancers, we have particular wisdom and intelligence to bring to the study of dance, or excuse me, to the study of the body and the study of anatomy, because there's so much that we can feel and sense into, and we really live inside the textbooks. And I took a great number of anatomy classes where I studied like crazy and aced the exam, and then a few weeks later couldn't quite remember, so wait, is the radius on this side of the ulna, or is the, and at a certain point I realized that there's a deeper way to learn it, and that's through experience, and this is anything but outside of me, and anything but outside of the way that I think and process. And so when I brought the intelligence that dancing has given me to the study of the body in more of a medical or scientific context, it became really exciting.
If you think of your spine as an axis, right, then you might find yourself dancing more like this, right? If you think of your spine as having 24 distinct joints that can each move independently, which is actually the case, then just think of, you could have 24 different movements happening simultaneously in your spine. And suddenly it frees up so much more capacity. So everybody just take a second to feel all of your options. Okay.
do it again. Keep it moving. One thing leads, another thing takes over, so you start. Yeah. Keep leading. Go. Giving them a different experience from their daily practice of rehearsing twice, 3 times a week, and then an intensive like this can just really kick it off. And also that we are a lot of people coming together and facilitating them, which is also different from their daily practices of less tutors. So it's a way of just together creating a fire.
You don't have to be a virtuosic dancer in order to participate in this workshop. Dancers gain confidence at different times in their lives. A 12-year-old dancer who's danced for 3 years would get something huge out of this workshop, and I think that, Jean is here returning from her first year at college, and she's been taking classes, and she's in a ballet program at the University of Arizona, and it's a very rigorous dance program, and she's still learning and asking good questions, and really, yeah, I think it does. I think it addresses dancers on lots of different levels, and you don't necessarily need to be a virtuosic dancer.
Around you, the texture and weight of things that are not your body.
Dance can be really competitive, and it can be really ugly sometimes, and I feel that we really set up an environment that allows, again, we're back to the individual dancer and their relationship with the teachers in these small classrooms. Somebody learns faster but isn't a great dancer. Somebody is a great dancer but has trouble getting in and out of the floor. Everybody has something that they do well, and I feel like this, the culture of this workshop really creates that, really allows people to sit back and be objective in a way that isn't competitive.
This intensive is about expanding students' ideas about dance as an art form. That contemporary dance is contemporary art, and that what we're doing is just opening them up to that possibility. We're also training them physically. So this is a lot about awareness. It's about awareness of your physical body, your muscles, where they are, where you are in space, and it's also awareness of dance as a contemporary art form.